Hello everybody and welcome back to this video and DSA Mastery course, and in this video we are going to solve one problem with the Fibonacci series, and we have already talked about various problems in recursion like a check number, some of the numbers, then we have factorial of a number and a lot more in our previous two parts. Okay, now this is part 3, and in this video we'll solve one problem called the Fibonacci series. Just in a second I will tell you the problem description. But before that, if you're new to the channel, be sure to check out that DSA course. So you can simply go to my channel playlist and then you can start off. Okay, so let's start off without wasting our time. Okay, so first, what is the problem description? The problem description is that you have to find nth Fibonacci series. So first of all, what is a Fibonacci series? A Fibonacci series is the sum of the previous two numbers of the existing numbers. Like, so it's just 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and on. So what is the pattern here? The pattern is, so for taking out the Fibonacci series of 2, so you can see the sum of the last two numbers. So here n equals to 0, n equals to 1, n equals to 2, n equals to 3, n equals to 4. So for taking out the n equals to 2, there is, you can see that the 1 is the sum of the previous two numbers, and for this is the sum of 1 and 2. For this 3, the sum of 1 and 2. For 8, this is 3, 5. For 13, 5 and 8. So this is how the Fibonacci series works. Like the sum of the for taking out the nth Fibonacci series, you have to take out the sum of the previous two numbers, which is for taking out, let's say, Fibonacci of 7. So how do we take out? For taking out this, we have to take two numbers, which is, the first one is Fibonacci of 6 plus Fibonacci of 5. Okay, so this is, so how we can relate this? So Fibonacci of 7 is equals to the Fibonacci of n minus 1. And we want for taking out the Fibonacci of 7, we want the Fibonacci of n minus 1 and plus the another number, which is the Fibonacci of n minus 2. So we can write one notation, like for taking out the Fibonacci of n, we have to take out the Fibonacci of the n minus 1 plus the Fibonacci of n minus 2. So again, let's take one example. So let's say you want to take Fibonacci of 8. How do we do that? For doing so, you want to take out the Fibonacci of 8 minus 1, which is a 7. First you have to take out this, and again the another number, which is a previous number, which is the Fibonacci of 8 minus 2, which is 6. Okay, this is how. And then we can, and for taking out Fibonacci of 7, again we want to take 6, 5, and that is until we reach out to the base case. So let's understand how we can build the logic. So the base case, so what is the base case here? So we have taken a look at the recursive case. So this is the recursive case, but I like to work upon, first of all, recursive case, so that I can get a lot amount of time, and then in the meantime I can write the base case. So what is the base case? What is the base case? Here you can see in the pattern 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 20, 13, 21, and on. Okay, so what is the base case here? We know that if n equals to 0, we want to give 0, because n equals to 0 equals to 0, and again n equals to 1 equals to 1. So we have a two base case. When n equals to 0, we have to return 0. When n equals to 1, we have to return 1. Means we have to return n, and here means when n equals to 0, we have to return the n, and n here is a 0, and if our n is equals to 1, then we have to return 1. Okay, n. Okay, so let's see how we can code this for coding this, I have my recursion file, which is in Java. So first of all, what I'll do, I will make a function of Fibonacci, let's say Fibonacci public static. So what it will return, it will return number, which is an integer. Okay, and we want to take Fibonacci. Okay, Fibonacci. I think the spelling is wrong, but no worries. We want an n because we want to find out the nth Fibonacci. Okay, so we're going to take out the n, and there is two base case. If n is equals to 0 or n is equals to 1, what we have to return? We have to return the n. Means here, if n equals to 0, it will return 0. Means n equals to 1, it will return n 1. Okay, otherwise it will return what it will return the Fibonacci. Let me copy the name of the function. So we are recursively function, so n minus 1 plus Fibonacci of n minus 2. Okay, so this is how all it works, and we are good to go. And we have our function, which is a Fibonacci number, and we have coded it very pretty much easy what we have talked just now. Okay, so let's try to run this. So let's say we have n equals to 3. So if we call our system, let me print it out, system.out.println. Let's call our Fibonacci, let's say n on n. Okay, so Fibonacci of 3 is equals to, let's say, whatever it will return, it will 2. Means let me show you again what we have talked. So Fibonacci, let's say we want a Fibonacci of 3, it wants a Fibonacci, let me remove this, it wants Fibonacci of 2, it wants Fibonacci of 2. Okay, now Fibonacci of 2 wants the Fibonacci of 1, and I assume that the function, this function is running at, because only one function will run at a time, so I assume that this function is running first and then it will go on to the other. Okay, so here and Fibonacci of 1, this is the base case. If our n equals to 1, we are returning 1 to the Fibonacci of 2, which is waiting for Fibonacci of 1, so it will return 1 to them. Now Fibonacci of 2 got the n minus 1, this is n minus 1. Now it wants the Fibonacci of n minus 2, so it wants the Fibonacci of n minus 2, which is equals to 2 minus 2 equals to 0. So Fibonacci of 0 equals to 0, so it will return, and at last you can see we are adding up. Okay, so we are adding up because it's the rule that we have set it up. So 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So now Fibonacci of 2 equals to 1. Now it will give to Fibonacci of 3 1. Okay, so Fibonacci of 3 is waiting for Fibonacci of 2, so it will get 1. Now it has called n minus 1. Now it will call n minus 2. So Fibonacci of 1, so it is the base case, so it will return 1, and 1 plus 1 equals to 2, and this is our answer. Okay, so again we have a very kind of good understanding of Fibonacci series, and I hope that you will be able to solve any kind of problem based on Fibonacci series. Okay, so notes will be given in the description box below. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, press the notification bell, and meet in the next video, and follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn. And thank you for watching this video. I'll be catching you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.